This week has been a big week for Tesla when it comes to autonomous driving. Tesla has reported their first ever self-driving delivery, which I think is way bigger than robo-taxis, at least in Tesla's department, okay? We already have Waymo. We saw what Cruise is doing. We got Zoox. We have multiple companies working on self-driving, and we have companies that are in practice doing robo-taxis and doing them better than Tesla. With that being said, no one is able or has shown the ability to have its vehicle leave its factory floor and drive to the customer. This is a true bottleneck for the logistics of having to move a vehicle or deliver a vehicle to its new owner, and Tesla's pretty much eliminated it. Let's talk about it. So Tesla posted a video on YouTube showing a Tesla Model Y, the new generation, the Juniper, driving from their Austin, Texas Gigafactory all the way, a almost 40-minute drive to its new owner. That is absolutely astonishing. It even went on the highway, reaching 72 miles an hour. There was no one in the vehicle. There was a Tesla Cybertruck on-site it, and I believe some cars following it, just to ensure that the car was going its right direction, as well as getting some footage. But the car didn't have anyone remote controlling it. The car was driving by itself to its new owner. That is absolutely incredible. Elon Musk went on to say this, the first fully autonomous delivery of a Tesla Model Y from factory to a customer home across town, including highways, was just completed a day ahead of schedule. There were no people in the car at all and no remote operators in control at any point. Fully autonomous. To the best of our knowledge, this is the first fully autonomous drive with no people in the car or remotely operating the car on a public highway. Absolutely astonishing. Okay, as we were mentioning, right, Tesla earlier this week had their robo-taxi event. A couple cars in Austin, Texas, Model Ys that can be used as robo-taxis. There were some issues. Clearly, some people have shown that there is some stretching and work to be done, but clearly Tesla is on some sort of track. Robotaxi to me isn't too astonishing, particularly from Tesla's side. Again, we have Waymo that is doing it in multiple cities and is expanding to pretty much a new city every month at this point. They are rapidly expanding. They have a new production facility trying to ramp out more cars. And Tesla does have scale on their side. But when it comes to delivering a vehicle, this is a whole different science. Now imagine you have the car, leaves the factory. Typically, cars then have to go on trailers or trains, or someone might pick it up at the factory, but they have to leave the factory to go to delivery centers. And then you have to pay to have a truck or a train or whatever move the vehicle from one place to the next. There is time with this. There is cost associated with this. And if Tesla can eliminate this by simply having the car drive to the person, this opens up so many possibilities. Imagine your Tesla drives from your house to the service center while you're at work, and then it comes back to your house, or you, wherever you are at work, so you never have to go to the service center. The car just drove there for you. I think this is absolutely astonishing. In fact, you can see over there, look at all those Model Ys over there. But I think this is crazy, and I'm actually kind of proud of Tesla here. Now, about a month and a half ago, Tesla actually showed us that vehicles were driving from factory assembly, then driving themselves to the loading docks to be able to be put on trucks. And so the vehicles themselves are already driving from the factory floor to a parking lot with an associated number, and the vehicles are sorting themselves to then be shipped off on a truck. Now, you don't have a truck anymore. The car can just deliver itself. And we are probably years away from this being at any scale. But for the Bay Area, specifically, right, San Francisco, San Jose, where the Fremont factory is located, as well as Austin, Texas, the Austin, Texas area, I think we could see this more and more. Do I think we're going to see Tesla self-driving themselves all the way from Austin, Texas to Tallahassee, Florida? No. Or New York City, right? Thousands of miles. I doubt that. But less than 100 miles. And if you opt in for it, I mean, this just makes for a pretty good option. I wonder what Tesla how Tesla plans to roll out this feature. Will it be something that you have to opt out of? Is it something that if you don't want, you have to pay extra for the truck or trailer? And if you want the regular base price, you have to have the car drive itself. Is that how much they trust this technology? Furthermore, who's responsible? Okay, because at this point, I imagine you've already filled out the paperwork online. The vehicle is technically yours. You already have insurance. So the car is now driving to you. Tesla full self-driving, I think, is decent, particularly for a vision-only based system. But it's not foolproof yet. I mean, not even Waymo with its millions of compute power, billions, trillions of compute power, and LiDAR, radar, cameras, all that technology is foolproof. And so whose fault is it when something wrong happens or the car stops in the middle of the road and, gets into an accident? Whose fault is that? Is it Tesla's? Is it yours? But this is pretty interesting. Just wanted to make this video to kind of put these ideas out there because I think this is actually pretty crazy. This does present some interesting points. What happens when you miss your Tesla payment? Is it going to drive back to the Tesla center? Is it going to drive back to the factory? Is it just going to take your car? Also, in the video, it showed the Model Y driving on the passing lane for quite some time, which I'm not sure what the laws are in Texas, particularly, what driving ordinances there are in Austin, Texas. But I don't think you're allowed to be in the passing lane that long, the most left-hand lane. Also, when the car pulled up to its owner, its final destination, it was in a fire lane, Should the car be able to park itself properly until you're able to pick up delivery? I wonder what your opinions are, genuinely. I'm curious what your opinions are because for me, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind this, but I know a lot of people appreciate the service that comes with picking up your vehicle, having a walkthrough step-by-step process, and learning about your vehicle, and being able to talk about any problems that you may have. Let's say there's panel gaps or there's something wrong with the paint. Tesla's, I would say in the more previous years, would have those issues be more common. I would say now Tesla's actually hitting a really good stride when it comes to build quality. But if there's a giant panel gap, is it like, no, drive back? I don't accept delivery of you anymore. I don't want you to go back. And this is drive itself back. I think there's a lot of weird legal stipulations and it's just interesting to see how this is going to be positioned for when something like this actually scales and rolls out. But would you take delivery of your Tesla, your Rivian, your Polestar, your Lucid through self-driving? It just drove to you and that's it. But clearly the future is here. I am actually excited. It started as simple as something like this, right? Autonomous driving. I'm in Driver Plus with Rivian. Crazy. Something from cruise control to this, hands on, eyes on, no feet, the car steers itself. Then you get into something where hands are off, eyes are off. And then you get onto city streets. And then you get the car driving from the factory to your house. And then soon we'll have a future where we have actual robo-taxis with your cars. Is Tesla going to be the first to that? Maybe. I still have my own reservations when it comes to vision-only systems and autonomy. I think it's wise to give the compute enough data to be able to make a wise decision when driving. But I'm not an autonomous nerd. I know nothing about neural networks, and so I'm not going to act like I do. But I think when it comes to vision-based systems, man, there goes an optic. Anyway, sorry. This is what my drive is like. I look for all kinds of different EVs. I saw some Gravities the other day on the other side of the road on a trailer. So yeah, soon your car could be taking you to the airport, driving back home. You don't have to pay for an Uber. You don't have to pay for parking. Imagine you are, inebriated. Your car can drive you to where you need to be. There's a lot of possibilities here. And, yeah, this is a pretty cool future or present. This is kind of the world we're living in now. Anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. This is Out of Spec Bits. My name is Isaiah, and I'll see you guys in the next one.